Hey guys, what's up? This week I decided to head out on an adventure of epic proportions to save the world from certain doom, travelling through hell and slaying mystical beasts. And once I came down from the brownies I bought from the hippie behind the petrol station, I needed something else to fill the void of myth and magic, and so I picked up Diablo 3. Though I'm not an avid fan of the Diablo franchise, I haven't been living under a rock and know it's a dungeon crawler RPG by Blizzard. And despite its name, it's not actually about a devil in a sombrero, because it's Spanish. Now I wouldn't say myself and Blizzard's catalogue are some sort of best friends forever, but I do believe that you must enter every situation with a fresh perspective, so here we go. And wow! At first glimpse, Diablo has my eyes widened and jaw firmly locked to the floor as we see these gorgeous visuals. If this is anything to measure how awesome the game looks, then I'm already hooked. Let me jump in and play. Wait, what? What? What happened to the detailed and albeit compressed graphics we saw moments earlier? Oh, yeah, I forget, that's right. It's there just to lull us in like suckers. Diablo 3 seems to be that withering older hooker who dons a beautiful dress and push-up bra to gain the attention. And once your money has already been taken and you get a little bit closer in that dark alley, it seems that time is not being faithful to the old gal. But hey, it's too late now. Once you start the game, you're given the option to have one of 5 characters. We have the Russian-sounding warrior monks, an extremely pompous wizard, and a kind of racist interpretation of a shamanic witch doctor. Personally, I wanted to start the game playing as the character I thought sounded the coolest as an attempt to escape from my life of pimples and muffin tops, though upon choosing the Demon Hunter class, I was greeted with a dark-haired, makeup-wearing young man who looked like he was one insult away from doing more harm to himself than to his enemies, but I soldiered on for a little while. Eventually though, I did get quite bored of standing back and allowing my party members to take the reins, killing everything in the path, but I think that is a perfect metaphor for the game's storyline.
Not enough hatred.
Shortly into Diablo 3, I stopped to take a look around myself and realised, though you're that hero who has travelled from whatever distant land in order to slay the ultimate evil and take home nothing but glory and a wheelbarrow of loot, it appears that every other character in the game is stood on the sidelines freeloading off your hard work. So, shall we go save the world from the ultimate evil? No, let's send the dope who thinks the story is all about him off alone, whilst we pretend to be useful and take all the glory. This is no joke. After completing several dungeons and taking down a demonic lord of some sort, guess who would run in just after all the hard work was over, talking although it was a communal effort. Thank you, Jimmy, for slaying the mighty warlord. Now here's some shiny gloves, and you should never talk about this again. It's our little secret. Even the end cutscene, which I will link you to now, gives no mention of your character, which is a perfect way of leading me into how the game feels. What's the point? If the non-playable characters bend over and allow themselves to be overrun with demons and then tell themselves, oh well, we've had a good run, then why the hell should I, the gamer, care? This is something that is vital to telling a story. You need to grip the audience so that they want to continue and enjoy themselves whilst they do, not feel that the entire game is a lesson in futility. If I really wanted to feel underappreciated and never get any credit for my work, then I would be working as a burger flipper on a night shift. At this point, the only thing that could possibly save the title would be to have amazing gameplay that was consistently fun and unique. And our survey says... Though I understand, dungeon crawlers are all about making your way through a labyrinth the same speed as a sleeping toddler, spending hours in a dungeon without seeing civilization became very droll. Even unlocking new attacks gave very little to shout about, as I found myself constantly returning to tried and tested methods that honestly never got outdated because as you level up, the spells, abilities or what have you also get stronger. And for the love of God, if you're making a lengthy series of corridors, please take time and design it properly. Whilst jauntily running from room to room, I had several cases of deja vu, and I became very aware that in each area it seems the level designer became tired and bored of their job. As instead of making each area of the dungeon a unique experience, they decided to put half the work in by copying and pasting other parts of the dungeon. Maybe this was in a desperate attempt to get themselves fired, or to make up some time so that they could go outside and spend time with real people as opposed to the wooden and not very realistic characters inhabiting Diablo 3. And you know what? I can't wait to follow his lead, and I intend to do so after asking you guys what you think is the least engaging game you have ever played. I don't think Diablo is the worst game ever, though I do feel it missed the point on what makes a story engaging and fun for the consumer. I would say if you want to play a 4-player co-op whilst eating some pizza on a Friday night with your friends, then get Diablo 3 from a rental service, but expect it to be a very confusing and frustrating event. As always guys, if you enjoyed listening to me rant and rave, then please slap that like button and leave any positive or negative comments in the section down below. You can always catch me on Twitter for a chat and to be one of the first people to hear about my new videos. So stay awesome guys, and I'll catch you next time on Immersed Gamer.